was that?
Not bad. Very nice.
And isn't that appropriate? We're the Broads, and here we are, and we've got the countdown is underway, isn't it? You just look different.
I have
baseball.
Do I have a? Is that a compliment?
It is.
Is it better?
You're perkier.
Perky?
You're
I'm
happier.
I've always been told I'm perky.
You're in baseball season, especially.
This is a very, very big time of year for me. It is the harbinger. This is it. It's spring.
No.
You know, we live in Boston, as many of you know.
And it's been a very, very long winter.
And I don't even think it's over, because something tells me we're going to see an April snowstorm out there. But all the same, this really marks the end of a crappy, crappy winter. And we have a very good team this year, I hope. We had a horrible, we're very bad in spring training. I don't know if you were aware that the Red Sox
kind of was paying
we had a
somewhat
10-game losing streak, so it could be difficult. Let me tell you a little something about Anne-Marie in sports. It's not pretty. But I have one.
I barely know the shape of the right shape of the ball.
Her poor son, Adam, who's a great, great kid. You
were
the Little League
fanatic.
You were a Little League coach,
weren't
you? Was that laughable? Strike out, Adam! Strike out, honey! When he's up at that.
Run, darling!
No, not even run. Stay where you are, honey! Oh, he's supposed to run? He's not supposed to strike out? Oh, you were hilarious.
What are they doing to my poor son?
Yeah, it was not. If I'm not mistaken, your reign as Little League coach was one game, wasn't it? Shortest reign on record of maternal Little League coach.
Why do you call it a reign, actually?
Well, it really wasn't a reign. Your quick little stint is no, but you've always had great passion, though, for sports and appreciation of sports.
And my children. I would do anything for my children.
Of course. But
as evidenced by the fact that I volunteered to be a Little League coach.
Yeah, that's just hilarious. Just hilarious. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Adam who asked you to step down. But all the same, you tried. It was good stuff. But and I hate to bring this down, because this has been already a lot of fun as an opening. But I hate to but I'm very depressed about sports.
Right.
As excited as I am about the Red Sox.
Don't be.
Well, it's very hard.
Could this man have anything to do with it?
Yes. And he's the tip of the iceberg. I mean, when you juxtapose the fact that it's opening day and all this excitement, the young players, the rookies are out on the field. It's all about
get into that
apple pie and popcorn and hot dogs.
Get into that.
But then you look in a courtroom, and there is, I don't know if you were, if you have sort of been hearing some of the testimony of his ex-girlfriend yesterday.
Yes, I saw some of that.
But it is, and many people think she's lying and that she has.
TMI, by the way.
Well, this is testimony, so you have to be honest. If TMI or not, you have to give all the information you know. And people say, she's just a bitter ex-girlfriend. You know what? If she was a bitter ex-girlfriend, she'd be saying she saw him get injected. And she has not said that. She said she saw someone come to his house with a satchel and go into his bedroom and lock the door. So I kind of get where that's coming from. She said that he lost his hair during the time they were together, that he had a couple of other welt on his shoulder, I believe it was.
A few other things, too.
He lost his ability to have sex, which, of course, is a sign of steroid use, and on and on and on. But she did not say, I saw a needle go into that man, or I saw a needle mark on that man.
And by the way, I know it's important. I know it's an important issue. I know it impacts records and history and all of that.
You don't care. Is that what you're about to say?
I focus more on I love the games. I love sitting on my deck listening to the games. I love being in my car. I just get more excited about the positive stuff with baseball. And the Red Sox, how lucky are we?
You are the kind of fan, Anne-Marie, who says things like, well, he tried. Good try.
I like his uniform.
True fans do not say good try. True fans say you bum. That's what true fans say. Like me. A fan is a fanatic. That's what it comes from. And you are the kind of one who says, oh, don't say anything bad about him. He has feelings, too. Who cares? He's an overpaid bum. I mean, and that's what, I find myself working myself in. I'm not pleasant to watch a game with.
No, you're not. No. But you already have tickets for opening weekend.
Opening weekend in Boston. Not opening weekend.
In Boston.
In Boston, yes. Against the Yankees.
Against whom? With whom?
With Adam, who still probably has scars from his mother as the Little League coach. But I'll take you, honey, and we'll have a fantastic time. No, it's.
Are we only talking baseball today, or are we allowed to talk about anything else?
But let me just ask you very quickly, and I think there are some of our boomer fans out there can relate to this. When you were young, and that was, some time ago, and I didn't mean that to be right, I didn't mean that to be rude. It's true, that was some time ago, though. Were you interested in sports as a young girl? Did your father?
I was a majorette. I was a girly girl. I really was. I was a girly girl. I was a majorette. I wasn't even good enough to be a cheerleader, but I was a good majorette.
Oh, was a majorette a step down from a cheerleader?
I think it was. I didn't admit it at the time.
But you were the queen of the school?
I was. But that's also an oddity to me.
What was it? What were you? The Brower-Deer? What was it?
The Brower-Deer queen.
Brower-Deer queen of what year?
Look it up.
Oh, please! No, we won't say that. But and we're going to find this picture. We're going to put it on this show.
My high school friends are out there.
And I should tell you that I used to be a sports talk host on the radio.
So she's talk about fanatic.
And they hated me. Everybody hated me. They told me to go home and make babies. And I used to get sent knitting lessons in the mail. Cute, huh? But I rose above it, and I still love sports.
I thought you were great on the.
Oh, what would you know?
I wouldn't know.
First of all, you wouldn't listen because you hated me too much to listen.
But I thought your retorts were great.
Yes, well, in the beginning, just very quickly.
But we're not only going to talk baseball today,
No. Okay. In the beginning, I would have people call and test me all the time. Who had the most RBIs in 1951.
By the way, our client.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I thought that was important.
She interrupts
because I was taking some tissues.
Okay. I can't even remember. Okay, so they would flummox me. I would feel bad because, I'm someone who likes to be liked, and I'm
by
that
everybody,
kind of person.
Right.
Yeah, I'm that kind of person. And everybody hated me because I was a woman talking about sports and they didn't think I belonged. So after a while, though, I had to grow a pair or I wasn't going to make it on this show. So then someone might call and say, Janet, who had consecutive no-hitters in 1949, and I would say, let me ask you a question first. And the guy would always say, ask me anything. And so I'd say, who's the current Secretary of Labor? And he would immediately hang up. So I figured out a way to get back.
You still feel good about that, don't you?
Oh,
that was years ago.
A very hard time for me. It was a very hard time.
Well, welcome back to where you belong, working with me.
And now we may move on to shallow information because I am working with you.
Yes, well, I pulled some things out from the week.
As you're like
been a busy news week. Out of the blue, you have started to develop allergies.
Yes. And I really, I'm cranky enough. I don't really need to.
You're miserable when you're out. I take allergy medication.
It's very. I've never.
It's called adult onset allergies.
And what do I have to do? Do I take medication?
Yeah, take meds. And
what about the side effects of the meds? I always worry about that.
Do you think I have any side effects?
You can't give me a line like that and expect me not to answer.
Honestly,
that's a softball. Out of the park. No, I obviously you would know if you had side effects.
I was incapacitated.
I know, I remember
really,
that.
I was, and you couldn't understand what I was saying. I was so stuffed up.
Yeah.
And I started to get addicted to nose sprays. So I found an option.
And what do you take?
I take an over-the-counter 24-hour allergy pill, non-drowsy, and by the time at night, I'm drowsy as can be, and off I go to sleep, and it hasn't bothered me at all. But at least I can breathe. I mean, look at me. So.
Well, I know there's a lot of sufferers out there who might have solutions as well
like
for
you wouldn't
me.
Believe,
but it's very distressing to have it in your 50s suddenly. Out of
well,
nowhere.
You want it in your 60s or your 70s or what?
See,
just the timing was wrong.
Well, to have it after all your life is all I'm saying.
Called the downtown. That's why it happens when you become an adult, which obviously didn't happen with you until your 50s.
I became an adult.
Obviously not.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. This is
and the other thing which I've always believed, which I found in USA Today, which I think is absolutely mind-boggling to me. You know how when you broke up with your boyfriend or you had some real heartbreak, you always felt like it hurt you physically as well.
Stomach.
Well, that's why they call it heartbreak, because you felt like your heart was indeed breaking.
Yes.
Well, the front page news today. Heartbreak hurts physically too.
I mean, I don't think anybody would argue with that.
You
have physical symptoms from all the time.
You can't sleep.
You get oh my God, heartbreak.
You can't sleep. I mean, it was all psychological because everything was sort of in your head.
So are they saying that I don't understand
there are actual physical ramifications from having a broken heart.
I see.
From breaking up with your boyfriend or being terribly disappointed about something. And they're actual. I think that's fascinating.
Well, I think that makes absolute sense. I don't think anybody would argue with that.
And then to the other extreme, something that Beth found us on Huffington Post is that laughter and music can lower your blood pressure as much as giving up salt.
So where's the thank you to me for all the laughter I bring into your life? And you have extremely low blood pressure.
I do. You think you're the reason, right?
Yeah. It's been me. No. I believe that too. I mean,
think
these
that's
are all.
amazing.
I mean, with all due respect, I think both of those are somewhat
obvious. I don't think they're so obvious.
No, that laughter would lower your blood pressure.
Well,
all right. Okay. Last thing I want to do is push you down. No, I don't want to.
Which you have spent the entire show doing, by the way.
I enjoyed
Are you having
this show.
fun?
I enjoyed this show. No, should we mention? Don't touch me. Should we mention next what we're doing?
Yes. Well, you should mention it because you're having it done.
And I'm very nervous.
With my doctor, whom I love, Dr. Savage.
I'm going to get a very low dose, very light. I'm going to get Botox this week.
And don't worry about the fact that his name is Dr. Savage.
Oh dear, I didn't even think of that.
He is a doll with the most gorgeous blue eyes.
Well, I have been getting emails going, do be careful, your eyelids often droop. And you can break out in a rash. And
with your luck.
It goes without saying that I'll lose an eye or something horrible's going to happen. I am going to tell him to make me look better, but I don't want to look different. I worry when I see Cher and I see Mickey Rourke.
You have wanted this for years.
I
gave you a gift certificate.
Heidi Montag that I'm going to look like.
10 years ago, I gave you a gift certificate and you didn't use it. Well, you're going and you're going to like it, and you're going to like it.
All right.
And if you don't like it, you won't do it again.
Right. It'll just work its way out of my body. It's only pig poison or something.
I have another really important question. How do you feel about Lindsay Lohan dropping her last name?
I could give a hoot and a holler about Lindsay Lohan.
I thought that was a good place to end on something really deep and important.
Really?
By the way,
she just wants to compete with Snooki. She wants to be another one-namer.
She's got to
like
grow
Snooki.
a few then. Then the other, I want to thank our fans and friends. You have been so involved in our show with feedback. God bless you. I think that's great. I'm so excited.
I really have a lot of admiration for it. We have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun on Facebook, and for those of you who are on Facebook and part of our community,
join
you have
us.
to come on. It's a hoot.
Please.
Everybody is funny. Even when they're yelling at us, they're funny. We don't care.
And check out some of the other places you can watch the Broads or listen to the Broads on Doug Steffen's show every Tuesday at 9 a.m., actually 9:06.
On the radio. But go online.
DougSteffen.com.
Yeah.
And
Turning Point TV, of course.
Turning Point TV, which we love, right?
And then do we also have we're sometimes on
FabOver50.com, which is a great website.
Yeah. We're getting out there, people.
We're getting out there, and you're coming along with us. In the meantime,
next week.
Go Red Sox. Have a great week.
Go Botox.